Do you like the idea of people getting revenge on those who have betrayed them? If so, I will be telling about top 10 best reborn and reincarnation manhua or manhwa. Before we start our video, subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon for further updates. At number 10, we have Wuling Sword Master. In this, the sword is the victim of betrayal. The love of his life killed him on their wedding night. However, the will of heaven is unpredictable. Instead of following his body in death, he found himself reincarnated. Mu Yan, who bears deep hatred of the blood and is thirst for revenge. Now he is preparing to return to the spirit domain, even if it's mean killing in its path. At number 9, we have Martial Master. The legendary Martial Master Simon was betrayed by his friends and persecuted to death. 300 years later, he reborn in an illegitimate child of a royal family who was deceived with his past powers. Simon again creates his legend in this land. Surely it must be a revenge and reconquer road filled with blood. At number 8, we have Tomb Raider King. The god storms started to appear around the world. Due to the relics within these tombs, many were able to wield these legendary powers for themselves, while others became enslaved to these users. However, a Tomb Raider appears with the purpose of robbing these relics. The Tomb Raider King. This is the story of a revived Tomb Raider who will do whatever he can to claim all the tombs and relics for himself. At number 7, we have Divine Emperor. The peak cultivator of his era was reborn in another body after being betrayed under a scheme. Using his experience from his past life, he will trample over geniuses and experts and will complete his revenge to regain what his was. At number 6, we have Shenwu Tianzhen. He was once a supreme god of physics, standing tall above others. However, he was betrayed by those whom he thought of as his most trustworthy friends. They had schemed against him in an attempt to kill him, which was almost successful. Fortunately, a fraction of his soul had managed to escape into the body of a seriously injured child, giving him another chance at life and revenge. At number 5, we have Dominate the Three Realms. 300 years ago, he was known as the Great Martial Emperor. But the night before his wedding, he was betrayed and killed by his fiancée. 300 years later, he is reborn, and this time nothing will be able to stop him from his goal to dominate the three realms. At number 4, we have Reborn 80,000 years. When he woke up, he had been sleeping for 80,000 years. Things have changed. The 4 adopted sons have already become the strong man of the continent. A wild dog that he has saved had become the supreme demon king. That child, it is said 40,000 years ago, overcome common customs and became supreme. Observing the small sorrows of tens of thousands years ago, one by one. At number 3, we have the Great Mage returns after 4,000 years. The worst student of Western Academy, the disgrace of the Blake House. A new soul enters the lifeless body of Frey Blake, the boy who couldn't handle his painful life and chose death instead. The soul which entered the body is of the great mage Lucas Strawman, history's strongest magician. Now Lucas has earned his chance at revenge by gaining the flesh and bones of Frey Blake, the disgrace of the Blake House, and now begins the interesting adventure of the great mage who returned after the 4,000 years. At number 2, we have Kill the Hero. One day, the world transformed into a game. Dungeons and monsters emerge in the middle of cities, and players who had received the god's authority appeared. See Junli, the guild master of the Masiha Guild, that would bring salvation to the world. Let us save the world together. Let's put an end to this nightmare. The whole world celebrated the hero's appearance, and our main character became his comrade. But Si Junli wasn't a hero nor a messiah like the world was hailing him. He was a deceitful hero with the secret ambition to rule the world. You did well. If it weren't for you, I couldn't have come up till here, said Si Junli to our main character who lost his life at his blade in the last dungeon. The announcement he heard next to his ears the moment he died was starting the game. Now he returned to the past, back when he still hadn't awakened as a player, and then our main character says it's his turn to hunt him. At number 1, we have Magic Emperor. Zhou Yifan, our main character, who was the Magic Emperor of the Holy Land, was betrayed and killed by his trusted disciple because he had the heritage of ancient demonic emperor. After being reborn, his cultivation went back to zero, and he was stabbed by a heart magic, given no choice but to become the housekeeper of the Liu family, lone eldest miss. From being a magic emperor to being an insignificant housekeeper, how would he get along with his heart magic eldest miss? And what power would he gain in order to lead himself and declining family to rise back to the peak of the continent?